like people having to get off-road wreckers and stuff in there to get rid.
Alright, brother, we're hitting it again.
Here we go, buddy. This is gonna be so rad. We're going 4 peaks all the way down to Saguaro Lake. You're gonna love it, dude.
Left is going to be your better bet. It's the closest one, so there's a better chance there'll be people there. I'm thinking actually let's go hit the furthest away cove and maybe work our way back.
Yeah, it sounds like a good game plan.
All we'll have to do is cut over up here on the left. Should be getting trail right here.
As we rolled through the trail, epic scenery unfolded in every direction. I could tell this was already going to be a trip to remember. And just ahead, Saguaro Lake. Awesome scenery out here, Jace. Definitely going to shape up to be a good night, my friend.
Yes, sir, buddy. Man, with views like this and cool weather rolling in, it's going to be absolutely awesome.
Yeah, copy that. Like you said, this might be our last weekend here in central Arizona before we hit the high ground.
Yeah, the fact that we still can come out and enjoy weather like this in May, heck yeah, that's a blessing.
Yeah, man, good stuff. Looking forward to it.
How about those lake views? There it is, buddy.
Nothing like jeeping at the lake.
Dude, you're putting me to the test with the trailer.
I know.
Go assess this out and let me know what's up.
All right, man, we got to make sure that thing is trail ready, you know?
Shoot.
Controlled slide, I like it. Yeah, buddy, we made it.
Yeah, man, this is awesome.
Isn't this gorgeous?
This is great. We had just rolled into camp, and with what little sun we had left, I started setting up the awning. The lake was calm, the air was perfect, and that unmistakable lake vibe was setting in fast. There's something about being near water that takes camping to an entirely new level. The calm, the breeze, the sound of the ripples against the shore, it just brings everything into focus. This wasn't just a camp spot. It felt like a reward. And we were just getting started. I've been eyeing the Ooni pizza oven for years, and I finally pulled the trigger. Lighting it up out here by the lake felt like the start of something special, because tonight, we weren't making pizza, we were making fish. Jason's always been solid about eating clean, and he inspired me to step outside the usual and try something new. So, we're cooking fish in the Ooni. That's what I love about these trips. They stretch you, surprise you, and always deliver something unexpected. The sun dipped behind the hills as the oven heated up, and we found ourselves just kicking back with a cold drink, taking in the stillness of the lake and catching up on life, on where we've been and where we're headed. As the breeze cooled and the light faded, we prepared for a fire, grateful for a rare spring weekend like this. Here in Arizona, this spot would normally be off limits by now, just too hot. But not this time. We hit the jackpot with the weather, the timing, and honestly, with life. High elevation trips are definitely coming up next, but this one's going to be hard to top. All right, buddy, we may have a challenge here.
Yeah, what's up, bud?
Fish isn't quite thawed.
The good news is that Ooni is hot enough. Nothing's staying frozen very long in there.
So we got a little, yeah, I don't think it'll take long, but it might just, we might have to adjust our cook style here. Okay. So that thing's probably a little toasty. So we preheated the cast iron. We're gonna throw the fish in here and it shouldn't take long. Oh yeah, baby. Woo! It feels like fresh seafood right there. All right, we got to be careful here because this is all we have. If we burn it, we're toast.
I mean, we're on a lake. We just gotta go find more.
So it's not thawed. So we're doing a little,
There eventually.
we're doing a little like test.
Good news is when that butter starts melting, we'll know.
Dinner was served, fish hot out of the Ooni and Lakeside plates in hand. I'll be honest though, it wasn't my best cookout. Still tasty, but I've got some dialing in to do, and honestly, that just fires me up even more. The Ooni's got some serious potential, and now I'm even more motivated to master it, whether it's fish, pizza, steak, or just something totally off the wall. I'm ready to push the limits and see what this thing can really do.
I would not have guessed there's tilapia in here.
Yeah,
What's going on, guys? Victor here from Victor Outdoors.
looks like a
Look at
good,
that tiny little fish.
looks like a good catch. Let me see that thing.
A nice pile of tilapia fillets.
Wow,
This is a blue tilapia
that's a good one.
we have here in Florida. They're not native to Florida, but
Nice. Was it a good fight?
Yeah, his
fillets
dad
and a lot
caught
of
it.
people like them. They have a real
That's
mouth
awesome.
flavor. Very small bloodline, and a lot of people's favorite fish, actually. So, I'm going to be using a 7-inch Dexter.
Yeah, we're in Arizona. All right, buddy. Well, awesome trip. Thanks for the invite.
It was
Enjoyed
wonderful.
it.
Yeah, absolutely, buddy.
Look forward to getting out again, but it was perfect weather. So this time of the year in Arizona, generally we probably wouldn't be here.
We're usually sweating by now.
Usually a little warmer, but we got a good break. It's supposed to be in the 70s. So again, just thank you so much for coming out, and appreciate your friendship.
No,
and we'll
appreciate
roll again
you too,
soon.
man. Glad you enjoyed it. It's
Beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous out here, man.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to the next one.
Absolutely, buddy. Thank you.
As we packed up and left the lake behind, I couldn't stop and think about how perfect that evening was. There's something about being out here near the water, watching the sunset, good food, good conversation. It all hits you in the best way. But this trip wasn't done handing out surprises just yet. On the way out, we stumbled across a few unexpected rock ledges and technical spots along the trail, just enough to throw a little adrenaline into the mix. Tires gripping, suspension flexing, and smiles all around. It was the kind of trail exit that leaves you wishing for one more day, one more mile. From the lake vibes to the trail challenges, this trip gets an all-around double thumbs up.
road right here. I'm just going to run down to the end of this and see what it looks like.
As we were making our way out, we definitely discovered a few more of the technical sections of this trail, and as always, the camera never quite shows how steep these really are. No real challenges this time, but it did make me realize something. Jason's got more experience when it comes to navigating sketchy terrain, and over the years, I've learned to trust his judgment. If he says it's a no-go, I listen. That trust is huge out here. If I'd been solo, especially pulling a trailer, there's no way I would have taken on some of those steep climbs or drop-offs. But now that I've done it with the trailer, and with the right guidance, I'm much more confident for the next time these should show up. Bottom line, don't hit the trail alone. Bring someone you trust. Someone who won't push you past your limits, but will help you grow. That's what I've always appreciated about Jason. He's got your back, and he's not afraid to find another way if it means staying safe. That's the kind of trail partner you want out here. As we made our way out, four peaks stood proud in the distance, and the views reminded me how lucky we are to have places like this in our backyard. The trail kept rolling, and with it, that deep sense of peace I only get when I'm out here. These one-night getaways have become more than just escapes. They're a reset, a way to recharge, reflect, and remember what really matters. I was born to be outdoors. I'm quite confident of that, to explore. And I'm chasing the dream of turning that passion into something full-time. From office to open road, that's the mission. Will this path get me there? Time will tell. But one thing I do know for sure, your support is what keeps the wheels turning. So if this episode brought you any value, do me a favor and share with a friend. Let's see how far this video can go. And of course, getting out with good friends is everything. I can already imagine myself, decades from now, sitting in a rocking chair with a quiet smile. Someone might ask, what am I thinking about? And I'll simply say, I was very lucky. Back in my younger years, I made some incredible memories with some incredible people.
Hi, buddy. Another good one. Thank you.
Awesome, man. It was a pleasure.
Appreciate it. See you in a couple weeks.
See you soon.
So we just aired up. We hit pavement, and wow, what a great weekend. We had a variety of a lot of different things. You know, camping on the water is always a win in my book. The scenery out there is incredible. There's some great trails. We had some even some rock crawling going on in certain parts, some steep incline and declines. So we had a little bit of mixture of everything, just beautiful scenery. Wow, just a one-night outing is such a, for me anyway, just an amazing way to refresh, recharge, reset. And yeah, just so thankful to live in a state and an area where you can just get out and do these type of things. Appreciate hanging with Jason as always. Just so good to just hang with that guy. And he picked a great spot and a great weekend because the weather was phenomenal for this time of the year. But I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing. It means a lot. And having fun out here. And until next time, live, explore, can do.